On today's episode, I'm joined by Layla and Navik. Now, we're going to have a deep dive into the nudes economy, where we're going to talk about the psychological impact.
If you saw chickens nudes, ladies were wiring chicken. They were chicken.
Oh, man.
Luasa.
I don't want to bring up Rasa.
Ugandans have got nudes out there, celebrities, just everyday people. We have people like Zari, Cindy, Desire Luzinda,
Gloria
Boogie.
Yeah.
Abana banji.
Kati okiraba.
Zino nudes zituuka batya mu market?
Some nudes are taken out of love. Some nudes are taken for money, because that's also another perspective to that. And some nudes are taken for leisure.
Most of these nudes that we are seeing coming out, especially if someone targets you as a young musician or artist who's trying to make it out, you know, you're having a lot of bills, you're strained by this and that, and then some sort of transactional kind of relationships come up, whereby someone sees you and they're like, okay, this chick is pretty, and then they maybe offer you something like, would you be interested in maybe 10 mil for me to sleep with you? And then someone is like, nah, but I want to first see what I'm going to sleep with.
Yeah.
Before I send this money. So most of these girls actually are falling prey to such kinds of cons.
Could I give you this story from one of my friends? So he tells me the girlfriend was cheating with a guy. So this guy is calling the girl for nudes. So she wires the nudes, they wire her money. So like,
It was more of survival.
Survival, something like that. I don't know if the guy was not giving enough money to the girl. So she sends the nudes, they give her like some 200 or something like that.
Guy pays well.
Yeah,
I know
he pays
people who
well
are
for
paying, who are getting paid 20K, 10K.
Yeah, but later on the nudes leaked. So that's where the problem comes in. So breach of agreement.
Yes.
I think that they didn't have a contract.
Yes.
So, Layla, coming from a girl's perspective, how does it feel like when a guy asks you for nudes?
Depends on the level, the stage of the relationship. Because you cannot be, you've just entered the territories and then you're asking for nudes. We must establish a level of trust. I know you. I know, like, I really, really know this person. I can trust this person. I've known them for some time. I know where to go if something goes wrong.
Yeah.
So if my man, who I've been with for more than a year, asks for nudes, I will definitely be sending those nudes, baby.
Have you like ever shared something intimate on social media and you're like, you want to put it down?
Yeah. Intimate?
Something intimate, not basically nudes. Have you ever shared anything intimate?
Yeah. All the time.
And you're like,
in
you
my
want to
drafts.
All those exes.
You know?
Yeah.
So some people always like have those nudes in the drafts. So mistakenly you might press on the draft and it's like boom, and you
People
like,
by there really
We've had
posting.
people use that as an excuse, man.
yeah,
Let's not call it an excuse.
it happens.
I know of a girl at campus. So she was contesting for some post.
Yeah.
Okay, now I don't know if we should say it was a strategy.
Yeah.
But she was on WhatsApp. Suddenly, we see nudes on her status. And she had gone offline. And she was offline for like something like 2 hours. I think someone was like touched and decided to call. But after seeing and screen recording, then people called. And then they asked her, yo, what's up? Like, we're seeing your nudes on your status. What's up? And then she was like, oh, I don't know how it got there. Then and like the things we were seeing, anyway, they helped increase her fame and votes.
Did she
but
win?
She didn't win.
So
That was also another message, I think. They were not...
So I think it was a bittersweet moment for the boyfriend.
Actually, she also had another one. She sent there 2 videos. One of herself doing some things with herself, and then another one of her and her boyfriend.
Okay, there's something funny that I've noticed in the nudes economy. All the women whose nudes ever leaked have never gone back. Like, it's after they release nudes, they are catching flights, they get off social media. I understand that's a way of kambawemu space, muntu tenyo. but their life changes. It feels
Negatively or positively?
positively, man. Let me give you an example. Desire Luzinda, Nampera, who else? Zari.
No, the
I'm not
thing-
saying it came from the Nudes, but something happened.
Something
Okay.
happens at
I
Mother
think
K.
you
Mother
sit
K is
back.
my best example, actually.
Okay. You sit back. This thing really takes a mental toll on you. So if you sit down and you're like, okay, I have to first sit back, heal from this, and then come back stronger. I think that is what most of these girls are
Motivates
doing.
them to get better.
You sit back and like, let this all first die out. I heal. When everybody is done laughing and talking about it, let me come back a better person.
Man, they heal with Range Rovers, man.
Yes, possibly it has opened doors for some of these people.
Yeah, it's given them a couple of opportunities.
Yeah. But then, like, if you talk about out of the men,
Cut it
can
down.
we say the same for Luasa?
Oh, Bambi, my
I wanted to bring you guys. I wanted to bring you guys to a scenario. What if you record some private videos with your special person
Yeah.
and you send them the clip? Later on, it leaks. Who should be blamed?
Oh my
Whoever you sent that clip to, I tell you
Yes.
who will be blamed.
Because at that point, I trusted you. I loved you. I knew you couldn't do something like that. But let me also give you another scenario. There's this, while we're in high school, there's this girl whose nudes leaked. And they were so like, oh my God, this clip moved around.
Yeah.
And you know how it leaked? She was dating a campus sir. And she was in Form 4. We're in the same year. She was in Form 4. And then the girlfriend of the campus sir comes to visit the campus sir. This girl is already at school. So this girlfriend goes through the phone, sees nudes being shared, and is like, okay. She airdrops these nudes to herself. And you know when you airdrop, no evidence.
No
Yeah.
evidence.
No evidence. So she posts the nudes. And here she is. She has destroyed someone's life, a young girl's life. You've not just seen the world. You know how to handle this stress. And then you're still under parents' care. And they got her from the school she was in, because I think she was in St. Mary's, Chetende. Got her out of that school. They took her to some village school. And like it really changed her life in a very negative way. But I think where she is right now, I think maybe she re-strategized.
I think at times
Ugandans forget, man.
but do you, at times
forget.
people don't really think about the mental health state of people who
Yeah.
release these nudes. And before you release these nudes, sometimes I think we need to think, regardless of a broken relationship or something like that,
Someone put their trust in you.
In you.
Please try to honor
going
it.
a further step to release nudes, thinking you will spoil someone's life,
Yes,
you might
actually,
end
that is
up
always
creating
the
a
motive.
desire losing that's more successful than you
speaking,
expect.
it is more of why people release this nude. Sometimes it's just revenge, man. Omuntu nga takwagaliza, or they want to do you dirty.
They see you,
Hey.
but they always see you when you're thriving somewhere, and
Yeah.
they're like, oh my God, this chick.
You remember this chick from Kenya? She was trending during COVID.
Nah,
There is an influencer who was trending during
Nasenya.
COVID.
Is it
She's-
something?
she-
Okonkwo?
yeah, that chick.
Yeah.
So when she became popular
Yeah,
or famous,
yeah.
her ex released her nudes. That's crazy. And I listened to Gloria Boogies. Is that how they pronounce her name?
Something along those
Yeah, I
lines.
listened to Gloria's interview, and she said that she had been blackmailed before by whoever released the nudes. The guy wanted money. So they paid the guy money, and they thought it was done. The guy came back, so they involved the law enforcement, and shit wasn't done. So this guy just released the goddamn
See, now that's
nudes.
how these things happen.
You know-
when you are a nobody, they don't care about you. Now, when you start rising,
Yeah.
that's when this ex remembers, oh God, she hurt me, and she's here like thriving.
Yeah.
Then maybe they try to get some money out of you, but then they know, of course, the end result is they want to expose your nudes.
You know, lately, since people are kind of like normalizing nudes in their phones, I'm of a view, the moment you know there is maybe something private or something you need to keep, you should put more security to the phone than just
but
archiving and stuff like that.
There are platforms that can help you share your nudes with your loved one. Snapchat.
But then, let me tell you, people screen record stuff.
I
Actually,
see.
someone gets the phone, gets another phone, and then starts recording.
But you know, Yeah, there's also that.
Yeah.
There's also that's the same.
So the
case
moment
with
you,
Shilaga Shumba.
even before you get a camera out, you should be cautious of
Who am I
who am I sending to?
How am I protecting
how am I
this
going to
image?
protect?
But can
keep
we trust
this-
people? Are Ugandans
Hey,
trustworthy?
people change.
Wanangi?
People change. My God, I'm also worried. Here I am, but I'm worried.
Me, I wouldn't advise.
I'm here worried that some imbecile out there
Yeah.
is gonna see me on Simply Speaking and it's gonna be like, fuck this bitch.
It's payback time.
Fuck this bitch.
Jamal, are you safe, man?
You said the principles. Personally, I said my principles, and I'm safe unless you're going to give me something I've never seen. And but I can't send you nudes.
But you know, there's
If you want me, call me. Let me come over.
the excitement around the nudes economy. It's no longer, I mean, people are not. I don't know. The excitement.
Okay, now it's
died.
being normalized a bit.
Yeah.
Too much, but culturally, it's still like not accepted. So, according to the African culture, when you look back how modest and it was, even just seeing somebody in a pet coat, that was nudes.
Yeah.
So, coming to the extent
So
that
it's evolving.
It's evolving. It's-
somebody stripping off their clothes off, the African culture can't take that as something
So
normal.
what responsibility, Bolton, do you think, okay, from a male perspective, what steps should you take to maybe enforce trust? And when someone has sent you a nude, what should you do after someone has sent you a nude? Are you going to delete it? Are you going to keep it for keeps? And then what are you supposed to do?
Me, I delete
Immediately.
after it has served its purpose. Delete.
Which purpose?
So I wanted to
Obviously. Which purpose? Okay, if you realize all these things happen
Yeah.
when you are horny, you understand? When you want to, just have fun with your partner.
Yeah,
So,
something exciting
Hey, you
for
just
the
want
night.
yeah, you can't find her that day. She's probably she's traveled. You're just having fun talking. You're sex chatting, and then shit just happens. And hey, so when it has served its purpose that day, like, yeah, man, I like this shit.
You
I
know?
think
Hey,
guys have shared
Do you want
this.
a recap?
No recap.
Man, it's not safe. It's not safe. Nadala, our phones, technology is really weird.
It's safe but still unsafe.
Yeah, back then before the iPhone had the password to like recently deleted, I used my colleague's phone and I deleted a couple of pictures I had taken with her phone.
Oh
Then
my
when I went to like
God.
recently deleted to delete my images from there, I found her nudes in there as well. So technology is messy. You may think that
If you don't know how to use it.
yeah, you may think that it's done. That if I was a bad guy,
Airdrop.
hey,
No evidence.
boom.
But have you noticed this, you guys? That society is no longer like judging women so much harshly. Remember those times they would really want to see these ladies' nudes and then they judge them. And when for a man comes out, they'll just judge him they'll just praise him. But now
They judge the men too.
they're judging the men too, and I'm liking the debates there. If you saw chicken's nudes, ladies were wiring chicken. They wear chicken.
Oh, man.
Luasa.
I don't want to bring up Rasa.
I didn't see any.
I
of
love
these
that there is
things.
now a balance. People are normalizing this even on the men's end. They're no longer judging women harshly. It's also going both ends. You guys, chicken was wired. He went into depression.
I remember
His mentor actually kind of gave up on him. Do you know what that means, man?
I think it's quite
And it was really,
it's not good, and I wanted to bring that out, like how the mental dumped that guy. Like when nudes come out, like literally, you guys were or maybe doing a business
And
with
let me
somebody.
tell you, it was karma.
I mean it. Like you guys have a business with this person who whatever, something like that, and the nudes come out and you're like, we are done.
And
I
someone
don't think that's the way to
cancels
go
whatever.
out. Because I wanted to share with you a story. I think I've shared it before of how a cousin gets nudes and shares them, nudes of a fellow cousin, and they share them in the family group, and then the uncles are asking for some, I think, and they want to such situations, like.
Yeah.
And your life is kind of like fucked up, I think after nudes coming out, because so many things happened, like how chicken now lost that.
But then they
brand endorsement and
reconciled.
stuff
They
like that.
reconciled after some talks. But to be honest, I think it was karma. He had it coming. Why those people wired him like that? Because Chicken was
He had
the kind
talked
of
about
guy.
some
He
nudes
would
before.
sit down
Was it
and
Nampera?
analyze someone's
Nampera's
body
nudes, eh.
from the hair to the toenails.
Was it Nampera's nudes that he was
No,
kind of talking
Nicole.
about?
Nicole's
Nicole,
nudes.
yeah, it was Nicole.
The guy really analyzed from the scars
And he was so
to
negative.
everything.
So
Giving marks.
He body shamed her.
And
right?
personally, I
Yes.
was not even so sad about his news coming out, and I don't think he should be. For if mine come out, he should also be happy. But I was like, really, this is karma. Like
It was
you
karma
can't.
for him.
What he did to that girl was really.
Yes, and it has always been a norm for him to sit down and analyze people's bodies. So to me, it was karma, but
Man, there's a way.
those nudes were traumatizing.
The nudes
though.
economy is crazy. Have you heard of OnlyFans?
Yeah.
People are making billions of
Yes,
shillings
people
of
are
that.
really making
Millions
money.
of shillings of that. It's crazy. The-
And I could tell you, like, a friend of mine, like, told me of how life got better after just joining OnlyFans.
what? We need to have her here.
Can't
we
you
can't.
share her number? Like, seriously.
Somehow, it's crazy. Like, if you go on X, for example, you could find, like, man, X has different worlds, bro. You would find a bunch of women just pushing for
Pushing
their
for that.
OnlyFans. And each video could just, I mean, your pricing depends. In Uganda, we have people like Gold Viv doing OnlyFans.
OnlyFans and stuff
Yeah.
like that.
And
But
she makes a lot of money out
money.
of that. So that's
Yeah.
that economy is
It's really
amazing.
empowering.
But you must be strong enough, cause man, here in Africa,
and have your values,
People wire.
people wire.
your values.
People wire.
If you got, because there is a saying, if you're not shameful, then do whatever you want.
Yeah.
So if you don't have values, it's fine to go there.
I know my dad keeps on saying it. Omuntu ataswala asookola ekintu
kyonna
kyonna.
kyayagala so kati oba omanya nti gwe wasalawo kukola bibyo you can easily start the OnlyFans but sente zo zijja kujja.
I would love to start lwakwanga skills sizirina.
I mean, you have to be creative.
Capital.
Today, if you've used,
Marketing.
Capital, eh?
you know, yes, marketing. But the
Capital
how am I
wali.
going to push? You have to start with your inner circle to help you push.
you're
You start with your inner circle, like, Bolton, I have an
Kalinki
OnlyFans.
kako.
Please, kalinki kako.
Like how we-
Sasula dollar westi and join.
Like how we market the pod, right?
Yeah. Yeah, you have to you first start with your circle. Then they help you push.
ne pricing bakugamba at least totandika na muki na
Yes,
sente nyingi
yes.
tandikira wansi
And then you also
manyawo
give
koma
code discounts to these people around you.
Kati Leila nudes zangu.
Never use your
How much-
customers.
How much would you pay for my nudes, Leila?
Honestly, me, I do not buy men's. Okay, I'm not into.
You see, women. The discussion around nudes is usually not around.
There's a
men.
lot to see
Oh,
with a
There's
woman.
a lot to see with a woman. Kati,
Yes.
what are you going to see?
do you think I think it that kind of brings me to a realization that which means women are making more money on OnlyFans than men.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. There's a podcast I listen to with my brothers Mike and Gavin, and this podcast, you know, Adam 22.
Yes.
The podcast, it's just about porn. Bro, they talk about porn. It's crazy. They had an insight on like styles, like, and the website, sorry, the podcast has got millions of views. The clip could be short. There are even people who repurpose his content. And that's the nudes economy.
Yeah.
That is crazy. In Uganda, we are lucky enough we don't have porn sites that make content for like Uganda.
Right now, our girls are still shy. They are there, but we have masks on.
Regardless, but there is restriction on porn in Uganda, and most porn sites, all porn sites, if I could say, were banned from the country. So you can't do OnlyFans in the country.
Actually, why
You
even-
can't do
must even
OnlyFans.
have
You
over-
can.
You can on VPN, but you
on
can't do
VPN.
literally.
Actually, every website in Uganda, you must access. If you want to access it, you must use VPN. There's a lot of restrictions there.
Experience.
Experience.
And
Connecting.
I send you the link.
And I'm not sure it might come to comments and people like give us a link and not seen a link.
Tetulina link, tetuli ku OnlyFans.
Do you think that
bannange.
this is something more of modern dating now?
Modern dating.
You know, before, when you're on Facebook and you are like, I think you're like 15 or 14, you're there on Facebook excited. Then those random Indians text you with their dicks and stuff.
Every chick has been a victim to this guy's mind.
But now it's being normalized. I think you just see it and you block. And
But I'll be honest with you, nudes have always been flying around. For me, when I was on Facebook I think it was 14, 15, I received nudes not from one person, not from two people. So People have been doing these
No,
things.
people were more shy those days.
They were more shy, but
No
imagine,
faces, no faces.
imagine Facebook, there was no view once. Up to now, if I just log into my Facebook, I can go back and see those things.
You know,
So, people have always been doing it. It's just that now there have been more measures, safety measures, demand. What's up? It's either a view once or a view once.
and they're more bright now.
Snapchat. Yeah.
You guys nudes
You know, when you
there.
like when social media, like during Facebook, at times people used to trust so much these guys and send nudes to whoever asks for them, not knowing the repercussions. But after seeing these nudes leaking and stuff like that, people now are
now
kinda
becoming more
more
protective.
protective, and they can't just you can't just give anybody your private.
Okay. Let's have a quick one just for entertainment purposes. Desire Luzinda or Boogie? Choose.
Boogie.
I don't know. Are women into the? Are you into female?
We are.
You
because it helps us learn.
Yeah. Okay.
And improve.
Chloe or Martha K?
I'll let Sula answer this question on the next phone.
What?
She will not forgive me if I answer this.
No. Okay. But, anyway.
But you guys, you know that nudes have been there for a long time, even in the medieval times. Do you know how they were doing it?
How?
Live porn.
Wait, you remember Spartacus?
But those
Did you
guys were
watch?
the shit. You
Like,
sit down in a
you know-
room, you hire 2 strippers or something, and then they just sit there and you watch live.
There
So
was-
these things have been
I want
there
to bring
for a
this
long time.
in real quick, but it's not even
Just
on topic.
advancing in
Have you
technology.
realized that sometimes they put in movies these X-rated scenes that you don't even know? I was watching this series. Is it called something about gladiators? But even when you maybe it's not Spartacus, but it's something like Spartacus in the same line. It's all about Rome.
Yeah.
So even where we don't really need. There is no need of such scenes in that movie. But anyways, they are over so many series. But anyways, sex markets stuff, and I'm not saying it's to educate people to market their stuff using sex, but sex.
And
is
I
already
think that
used
some
as a
people have also
marketing.
taken the hint and are doing that.
Doing that.
Because if you see girls on IG who are trending, ask us to be out.
Hey, my
Yeah.
explore page is crazy. When you get onto the explore page, it's
Yeah.
just
Yeah.
nyash.
I would like to give you.
Yes, they know what captivates people's attention, and it's really working.
There is this guy selling phones. So like on Snapchat. So when he's posting his stuff, is it the cover shot? Like it's some big nyash. So you
On
click,
the wallpaper of the phone.
when you click the nyash, the next thing is a phone.
That's something we should
Yeah,
use
but
on
it's-
IG to market the podcast.
We are not
People are
doing,
really
we are
using
not
this.
using nyash.
I've seen there's this funny meme of when your baby daddy asks you for a clip of the kid, and then you put their own nyash in the face of the kid somewhere in the corner, and then they're gonna send you money for upkeep immediately.
Mad.
Sex is used for
mad.
marketing. But
All in all, let's try to advise people on how to go about this responsibly. If you do not know someone to that point where you really trust them, please restrain from sharing. It must go to the level of relationship you are in. Are you just, what is this? One night stand and you're already sharing your nudes. Someone you're in talking stages, you're already sharing nudes. What's wrong with you? So let's first try to develop some sort of trust between you and that person that you want to share these nudes with. And then I think you can go ahead as long as,
But,
me, I think they're really good.
personally,
because-
I don't even buy the actual issue of even sending the nudes in the first place or even taking them.
Well, some of us are in long distance relationship, part-time marriages, those things.
Because I'm really so keen on the values and stuff like that, on my values. So if you really want nudes,
Of values.
why don't you come?
I send you now, we see if you have values.
Fly over.
Should I send it now and I see if you have values?
What is the emotional and psychological impact?
First of all, this thing is no longer like a private thing. This is a public thing. So this person first, most of them, they first take a step back. So that's more of isolation, because you have to first detach yourself from the world, sit back, and then what am I going to do involving the authorities, this and that. Who could have leaked them? You have to first sit down and this picture. let me try to trace it back to who did I send this kind of picture when I was twerking my ass, when I was doing this. What? Who was this? Okay, so it kind of brings in all this isolation. You lose your self-esteem. You even fear going out to buy something on the in that shop because you're like, someone's going to recognize me. And they're like, oh, this is the chick and this and this. So even if someone doesn't even care about you, because most of the people that you're going to think are knowing about this nude, they're not even knowing about it, but you're paranoid.
So, like, guys, in that same foot, I think we've talked about sextortion at times in our private discussions. So, I don't know if you guys have been checking on the news tabloids, but a teenager committed suicide due to nudes leaking. So this sextortionist sent kind of like asked for the nudes from the kid. He sent the nudes because he was 15. So after receiving the nudes, they were like, we are going to post these nudes unless you send us money.
Which he didn't have.
He didn't have. So he went into a mental breakdown, and he told his depression. He told these guys, I'm taking my life if you keep this up. And they're like, okay,
nah,
do what you want.
Yeah.
So the guy killed himself. But anyway, they traced back these guys and they're behind jail.
Oh my God, that is so fucked up. This thing really takes a toll on people's mental health a lot. It even affects how you relate with people now because you're going to have trust issues. Everyone represents a red flag. Like, I can't even share something as simple as maybe me being in like a short mini skirt because you're like, what if this comes back to bite me? You don't know how the society is going to perceive you. Your parents, people are like, some people really have strict parents.
But why has sending nudes become a big culture of modern dating?
Because it's like some people think it's like a form of love.
Someone like agala kulaba kyagenda kutwala. Some people be like njaga sisobola kulya sitegedde.
Ostegeda.
Hey. So the last person who asked me for nudes and I was shocked. So we're like dating and stuff like that. I'm like, okay, I like your stuff like that. Like, okay, could you anyway, you know that emoji, I want to see you.
Yeah.
The fruit comes up. That eggplant has been really misogynized. That fruit. So I'm like, why are you taking this conversation too? And they're like, I want to see. Like, then I blocked them. But it's really I don't think I'm the first person to.
Me, I know a friend who asks for guys' dicks because she wants to know if they're circumcised or not, and that's valid.
I can tell you, and I'm like, I'm circumcised or not.
Don't say that I first see.
No.
You're calling me as a sure.
You will know.
I don't want to reach there, and then like I'm already trapped.
Like, Simanya, I want to shift your womb. And they're like, I want to see what you're going to use.
Yeah, I want to see what you're going to use. That Bengaling stick that you're claiming. And that's how it's just a fraction of your pinky finger. So we need to see these things.
What other reason do girls use to ask for nudes?
I've told you. Some people want to know the sizes. People want to see if the banana is peeled or not. And I think sometimes we like to share with our fellow girls and you laugh about it. And then I swear, girls do this. I swear, like someone can send you something.
That's why, man.
And girls are wicked. By the way, girls are wicked.
Yeah, my values.
You think you guys are wicked? Girls are wicked. You're gonna send me a dick, and then I'm gonna laugh. But then I'm gonna be like, oh, this is so nice. You're so. Oh my God, this is so huge. And then I'm gonna forward it to my bestie. And we're going to scrutinize it. We're going to talk about it from the tip to the unpeeled banana.
That's sad.
To the balls and shit. To the hygiene.
You guys do that.
We do that. I'm sorry.
Bombo clat. Brother, don't send nudes, brother.
That's why I told you from the first point. Don't send nudes. If you want to see what you want to see, go there.
But you're the same one who has said someone must first see the goods there.
No, I was saying, I was sharing opinions from views that's
the thing.
I've heard.
Why should I go back home with a cloth I don't know that it's going to fit me or not? So let me try it out from the shop. So
let me tell you, when it comes to sizes,
take it home, man.
First of all, when it comes to sizes, sizes don't really matter. You need to know how to use that shit.
Yes.
Some people have big wires, but can't.
I might have a small jacket, but it looks good on me.
You're
No,
trying to
the
speak
thing
in tongues.
I don't want to put it
Some
out.
of us want
late.
to first see our food. We're going to first look through the menu, then we
Does
go
it
to the
turn ladies
restaurant.
on? Does it turn ladies on?
I mean, for us, it's more of a judging thing.
It does.
Kinda.
It does
I don't
turn
know
them
about other
on.
people.
It does turn them on. Yeah.
I also
But-
think it's from like judging, because I mean, why would a picture turn you on as a lady?
It does turn them on. You know what? Let me tell you one thing. Oh, we are all humans. And why are people watching like pornography? It's like,
Me, I
and
watch
both
it
men
for-
and women are watching
I watch
pornography.
it for educational purposes.
For women, it's different.
It's very
Wow.
educational. I'm telling you. I'm gonna watch girls because I want to see their body language, how they're moving, how they are twerking, how you're supposed to clap it, how you're supposed to hold it, how are you supposed to suck it. All these things.
Did you just say that? Anyways,
So,
it's
me,
18.
it's really purely educational.
Yeah.
I'm gonna sit down. I want to make some research because actually, the first time I made myself come is by watching a girl make herself come, and I had never experienced that in my life.
Why are you gay?
I wasn't. I said it was for educational purposes.
Olava porno.
I do. I do. Why should I lie to the people out there? I do.
But let
it's
me
for
tell you.
educational purposes.
It's hilarious how
It is.
if you check, you can enter a room with 10 people, and the biggest percentage has porn in their phones.
Oh my God.
Yes.
Yeah. If we could do a truth or dare right now.
Oh, you wouldn't find any in my phone.
I should show the viewers. Okay, for cool shit, go to xhamster.com.
Oh, let me tell you. So recently, I was on socials. So this girl comes on online and she's like, "Guys, I'm scared. I was like using my brother's PC. Like she went and used the brother's PC, and she's like, you know when you like Google search of stuff like that.
Yeah.
Boom, boom.
So she tries to press, and maybe I don't know what
The recent searches come up.
recent
When you just
searches
put-
were coming up.
Oh my
Just one letter,
God.
something like that. And I don't know, this guy didn't clear his.
Let's clear our
history.
history.
That's why I told some chick sometime, man, you guys who ask for our phones, first leave them. If I show you a picture,
Don't start
Don't-
scrolling. What's wrong with you?
Opportunity.
Why are you swiping?
I've given you to see your
Yes,
mom.
It's
and
funny.
then like you start. People do these things, but it's annoying and like I want to tell you, give me back my phone, but then like you're my friend.
Kuwade temporal lwachogenda mu bifana.
I know.
Exactly. And then when I confronted her, I'm like, bro, why are you into my gallery? You are playing Temple Run. It's like, what's
I
there to
know.
see on your phone? The best thing
Why
to
are you
do
hiding?
is
Like,
to go
what
in
the
your gallery.
fuck?
Olimusiru. So people should also
Respect the privacy.
yeah, respect people's
Respect
privacy.
people's privacy.
If I give you my laptop and you want to Google to search, go.
You're going in my
Yes.
photos. Why?
And if you see my nudes, my friend techiri kunze chiri kugwazi.
But
That-
you
Yes,
guys, something
actually.
crazy happened. In 2018, I was buying. I helped my sister buy a laptop, right? And those Windows phones, I mean those Windows laptops. You guys be careful. There's usually a pop-up that comes, and once you click yes, you've given the laptop authorization to copy data from your phone. So it just goes into your gallery and then picks. Especially guys using these Infinix phones. So Bambi, I was buying the laptop. It was a second hand, pretty good, but this guy's nudes had leaked. I mean, this guy, his girlfriend's nudes had been copied onto the machine, and they didn't even know how to find it. That is what was funny. Usually, where they copy, it's like a designated section in photos somewhere hidden, and most people, when they're copying photos, they first create a folder and then drop everything from their phone there.
Yeah.
Now, what this thing does is it just
Everything.
yes, and then puts them somewhere in photos.
By the even also me when I was trying to
Shaggy.
copy some photos to my laptop,
Yeah,
even everything that was in hidden, everything came out.
that
Everything.
bro, I had access to
What did you do?
amazing things.
Amazing things you had, amazing. So you went through.
Man, this
But
girl
thank
was
God
amazing.
you are bright enough not to share
Yeah.
Ah, man, how can I? Because she was Bambi. She was a Muslim. Astaghfirullah.
You guys,
She was
another thing.
a very beautiful woman. Guys, she looks innocent, and these guys were genuinely in
Yeah,
love.
yeah.
So I just deleted the thing. Said, man,
You
Mutonzi
guys-
wafe ya salawu.
One of the most important, okay, not important reasons, but me, why I take nudes.
Yeah.
Sometimes, like, if I've gone to the waxing lady, I need to see, like, what job she has done.
Check it.
So it's more of, like, education. Like, okay, I just want to see how far. Growth.
There are so many incidents
This and that.
where it's fine to share the nudes.
But not
Like,
sharing, but I keep them for myself.
there are so many incidents. It's fine to share nudes. Like, I'd like to give an example of a personal example, though it's kind of sad, but I had like a problem somewhere there in X zones. So that I had to.
I already know where X zone is. I've done it before also.
And you know, you have like to really tell somebody. You're like, you know? And you're like, you share. So,
Yeah.
totuka
That is
mubera
really legit.
ngoina okukuba ekifaananyi ekyo, and you're like, you have to take that nude. Please take it, because like
It may save your life.
it has to save your life. Like, it's a life-saving nude. I have
You
to
know?
take that one.
Yes, by the way, like maybe you're at the pharmacy, but you know your doctor is the one who has to tell you
Yes.
like what meds to get. And then he's like, but I've not seen. I tell you his file is in ginger.
Sitegedde,
He's in ginger. So I'm like, boss, this is the problem. You show him, you send, he identifies what the problem is.
He's-
He advises
gives you the
antifungals
right
to-
medication.
Yeah.
Let me
Then
tell you,
he
and that's what I've
recommends
been
the
talking about.
antifungals.
Like, I had this Russia, this Russia was fighting. I fight it today, it comes back next week. So I'm like, Banai, did I just get something I don't really know? So I had to like open up, and I'm like, okay, doctor, this is it, this and this and this. And like, okay, show me. So, and I was kind of like shy in front of him. I'm like, when I really go
By
home,
the way, yeah.
I'll kind of send it, and maybe you give you the right medication, and I'll come and pick it. So that I don't want to feel that.
I understand that because we
Crazy
may not want,
thing.
especially like us ladies, the interaction between us and the doctors, it's kind of awkward and weird.
Yeah.
Where you have to spread your legs and maybe a male doctor. So to take away that awkwardness, I may need to send that picture such that he knows what to do with
Yeah,
those
if it's
parts.
like a gynecologist or anything like that. So at times these nudes really help
So it's
out.
turning out to be positive. You're seeing it.
At some angle,
Between me and my health worker, then between me and myself, because I want to do some improvements, some revisions, just to see certain things and see how are they going, what should I do, blah, blah, blah. So could be for educational purposes. So we should-
So since the culture of nudes is getting so normalized, and yet the African culture is kind of different from what we're trying to accustom ourselves to, don't you think there needs to be change in the parenthood and maybe security and all that?
Let me tell you something. Our parents did not teach us about sex.
That's what I'm talking about. Like, so that if the nudes come out, I think to change the mentality of parents, so that
Why
they,
do you think that kid killed himself? Because they didn't even know the reaction of the parents.
the
because they were
parents,
so scared.
he couldn't open up to anyone.
Let me ask you a question, and I'm going to pose it to all of you. How did you learn about sex?
By myself.
You?
We learned about sex from class.
From class. Amazing. For me, it was through Straight Talk. Remember those newspapers?
Yeah, straight up.
Like, how did you learn about your body genuinely?
Yeah.
Our parents never say this shit to us. All they do is,
They think they are trying to protect us, but instead they are making us ignorant.
yeah.
Yeah.
But I feel like if parents came out more and talked to, especially boys, I think some mothers are sharp these days. They talk to their girls, but for us men, our daddies never say
No,
anything.
we don't get a chance to together talk with anybody unless you have a big brother. You're,
What I know
you're lucky.
is in our time, it's like when you get your period, that's when your mom starts telling you all
Telling
sorts
you all
of weird
those-
things. And by the time you kind of don't want to have those conversations because there's that figure that you see, like there's something that it's that awkwardness
Yeah.
of her talking to you about such things. So I think we should put more emphasis in maybe schools, counselors.
So I was watching
Probably is better than-
I was watching this series, how the dad was not able to talk about that, but he had a friend. It's like maybe, and
A friend can come in
The
and
friend,
help.
and because the friend had a better connection, or a better connection with the
It takes away the
child,
awkwardness.
and like they could talk casually. So if it's possible, I think
I think that's what my dad did.
You could link up with somebody
of
else.
sitting your kids down
Yeah,
and talking to
that
them about
awkwardness.
that. And African parents who can't even give you a hug, vandange. How do they begin telling you about sex, bro?
You guys,
So I think-
that's very true.
I can't count the times I hugged my dad on fingers.
Exactly. You see that? But one thing my dad did, and I think that was actually pretty smart. The guy knew I'll never talk to these kids about this.
Yeah.
So he made sure we had Straight Talk newspapers. Whenever we came back from school, the first thing he did was, Straight Talk. That's it. And then
Educate yourself.
Yes.
That's
and then back then
interesting.
there was a radio program that would go on different channels. It was sponsored by Still Straight Talk Africa. You remember those things?
Was it Raising Voices?
Raising voices, something
Yeah.
like that.
Kudos.
Yeah. So they talked about these things, and I think that was pretty amazing.
And
I
they
learned
had
more-
mini magazines.
Yeah,
and
mini magazines. They had those. They were kind of poems. blah,
Something
blah,
just
blah.
popped up in my head. I'm sorry about that. So I remember, after class, so we had this friend of ours. The name is not coming. Anyways, Paul. But let me hide it from. Anyways, he might not. He might be in government or anything like that. So this guy, who was good at art, and I think he had watched porn before. So this guy took. They gave us art books, senior one and stuff like that. So he got a new art book, good colors. This guy could draw punani. He could draw naked people. And you're like, damn. So he really taught us all the styles in just one art book. So it was like
kudos to Paul.
Paul had a gallery, as we've named him. Man, this guy was bad. So every time we would be like, man, it's a new edition,
Oh my God.
Paul should have been hired by Red Pepper.
That's why I was here and I was laughing. Like, I was like, the thought came back and I
Do you
remember.
guys remember Onion and Red Pepper, Mr. Haina?
Haina. Oh my God. I can never forget. Haina raised us.
Man, Haina was
Funny thing we used to
bad.
do at school, I was in Form 5. You remember our dormitories?
Yeah.
So there was a way our dormitories were kind of separated. Okay, I was in Form 5. So when Mr. Haina would come out, I think every Saturday, there was this guy who would sell newspapers at school. We had a segment. After music, we sit. And I would read out to these guys those Haina stories. Man, that shit was hilarious.
That
Yeah,
guy.
and then we would sit.
Oh my
It
God.
was just a way to have fun at school.
I
So
feel
we
you.
would sit, and then I would open, and then everybody's listening, all paying attention. Man, that shit was amazing.
You know what we did? It was a katos, because it was illegal. So for us, we were doing the toast thing. If you're done, pass to
Pass
the
it
next.
over.
Pass it over.
Don't
man.
die alone.
That stuff.
And they wouldn't allow us to even have access to those things at school. But I think, again, since this whole generation, nobody's talking about sex. People are learning about
They're
their
exploring
bodies
it on their own.
on their own online.
And I'm of a view, if I wish there could be maybe a radio program in any station, or many ways, we have
Actually,
podcasts.
I think these
That's why
people
we're
lack
here.
funding. These people lack funding.
That's why
to
we are
run these
here.
things, it's quite expensive for you to have airtime. That's why I give a lot of respect to Straight Talk or whoever raising voices. For you to have airtime on these radios, it's quite expensive.
And some
On
of
TV.
and some of these things to be talked about even on some of these stations, it's kind of like not allowed. So if you get the chance, like simply speaking, I think you should just watch us and
Banange watch us. Tugenda byogerako.
byonna
We're
byonna.
gonna share all those experiences. Young girls out there, don't make bad decisions. First, listen to our podcast.
And I think the parents mostly need to take that up because bamanye engeri gye tulowoozamu, how
Take
these
this thing
people are
seriously
thinking.
because people are having sex.
Obulamu bwaki
And then they don't even know
okadda.
that there can be a pill to prevent unwanted pregnancy immediately after. I'm telling you, do you know I have many
She wants to snitch.
Can I don't snitch.
that have reached out to me
I want to give you a-
because they were afraid.
I
They
understand
didn't
what
know.
you're talking about. So this
I'm not gonna snitch, but I'm just saying that
I want to
there
give
are
you a
people who have
story.
reached out to me for help, and they're young people. Young people. You know, when you're young, you're trying to explore around 17, 16, 18. And they don't know how to go about situations
Sex.
to prevent unwanted pregnancies, to prevent infections, to prevent, or going to also a point of abortions. Like they don't have this kind of education. And when they see you like Yaka, older sister or something, then they reach out to you because they're afraid to share with their parents, and or they don't even know how to go about these kinds of topics.
yeah.
So it's
So I have a
There's a
cousin.
gap there.
I have a cousin in high school. So he tells me of how his friend comes to him namubuuza, if I have a girl pregnant, what should I do? Imagine,
Oh my God.
imagine the boy is in Form 4, and that's the question Chabuza Munes asking, what should I do? Like, I got a girl pregnant.
But
You know, something like that. I want to end the story there because I don't want to share everything that happened next. If you want to know, you have to go in my comments.
But
So-
Nange, we also can advise you, but we can connect you to counselors.
Counselors and stuff like that.
We have a team of counselors we work with who can give you psychological support,
The
advise you on
appropriate
what to do
education.
next. Yeah. So,
I am a therapist, I'm a counselor, I'm a social worker. So if you feel like you're in any sort of situation that we have mentioned here, and you want to reach out to me, just go in the comments below and try and connect with me. I'll give you all the advice, all the tips, everything. I'm your big sister.
And I can sing you a song at the end.
I'm also your big bro. I'm your big bro.
Feel free.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you will be this is home. Feel calm. Feel humble. Feel humid.
Guys, you can please let us know
In the-
what you think about nudes. Is it a thing you're still gonna do? Is it a thing you find, is it a thing that can spice up your relationships? Go ahead, do not spice up relationships.
They do.
Going
They
forward,
do.
what-
You guys, when you buy that new bikini and you want to show him, and maybe you tried out waxing for the first time and you want to show him.
I think that the joy on Leila's face.
Yeah, I know.
These things are actually pretty amazing. Perhaps they are amazing, but
But the thing is,
you
remember-
guys who share
People
this
who
shit.
breach people's trust, you're the ones spoiling this thing for us.
Can't you just have fun in the relationship?
if you're like in a relationship obanga muli bafumbo bambi tekiri kikugana kwata kafaananyi n'okaweereza omuntu omusumbwe mu byakola.
Oshitagera, you just there, you know he's at work, he's stressed, and
Hey. Like
then you why? So
it's not an advice, it's
I
just
know,
that
for me, it's my baby's poison. So
Guys, that's we're having fun.
those are tugende. See you in the next one.
Thank you
See
so
you in the
much for
next
watching.
one.
See you in the comment section. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. I've had a blast with this one. Sula is not here, but she's going to be on the next episode. We love you so much. Catch us on Instagram. Everywhere we are simply speaking. My name is Bolton. I've got Navik. I've got Leila. And we love you. Ciao. Adios.